It is Wednesday, September 19th, 2018. It's been foggy and gray and rainy and cold all day, which has been the perfect backdrop to my mood. And it's been building up, and I'm familiar with depression. Having dealt with it for most of my life, not really even knowing it, just probably from junior high school on, just having this unusual feeling of a bleak world. And it wasn't all the time, but it seemed like it was always there. And in the spring of 2006, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, was given the typical 2 weeks to 2 years, and he didn't make it even a year. And with that happening, and I've talked before about how my dad was my hero, and I had just started the current job. I had been at that job for less than a year when he passed on. And these events, going from private sector job to public sector, and just working a job where, based on your performance, your compensation, and then union gig, there's a very big shift there that I was struggling with. Hey, I'm busting my butt here, and you're getting ridiculed for it, kind of thing. But losing my dad was a big deal. And I struggled that winter. I mean, and everything seemed to get worse. And that spring of 2007, I just couldn't handle it anymore. I just couldn't deal with it. I needed help. And it gets bad when you finally say to yourself, admit to yourself that there's something wrong and I can't figure it out. And unfortunately at the time I didn't have the strong faith that I have now. And I'll leave that for a different conversation. But I got help. I luckily found someone that I could talk to and hit it off right away. And, for the next couple of years, it was pretty much a weekly thing to go and talk about how I was feeling, why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And the past couple weeks here have really kind of reminded me of that. How I've felt myself kind of just sinking into this bad place. Not fully going in there like I used to. I mean, I can look back at the 90s and how I was drinking back then, and that was just self-medication, escapism, and you see that's the same way, people with drugs, people with video games, with exercise, yeah, even something that's good for you, people can use that to medicate, and there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. But anyhow, so I've been on medications before, and they actually made things worse. So if that's you, find something else. I mean, if you cannot survive, but as a nation, we're way over medicated, and somebody's getting rich off of your problems. So I end up going off of that stuff because, whatever. The thing about when you're depressed and you're clinically depressed, when this is a real thing, you're just not feeling blue. All the things that are good for you all the things that you know will help. You just don't have the capability to do. And you know you should get up. You know you should get out of the house, and you can't do it. Luckily, I was functional, and most days I was able to get up and go to work at least. There would be weekends where I wouldn't even leave my house. You know that you should get up and get moving. You know you should exercise. You should go shoot baskets. You should go for a walk. Just something to get moving. You know you should do that. You don't do it. You know, getting out with nature, going to a park, going to the woods. You know, that'd be beneficial, and you don't do it. You got friends and family that care about you, that they love you, and you don't feel that. You don't feel like you matter. You don't feel like anybody cares. And the one thing that I found out in therapy is all bullshit. It's all lies, right? It's lies that we tell ourselves. You're never truly alone. It might feel that way. You might not have any friends. Maybe all your family's gone. But you're never truly alone, because there's going to be somebody out there that's just like you, that's feeling that same way. You know, and you just have to, you know, if it gets bad enough, you'll finally get up and go do something about it. So that's what I'm going to go do today. Going to go do some kickboxing. And that should elevate my mood. And after 45 minutes of doing that, if it hasn't elevated my mood, I might just do another 45 minutes of it. But yeah, I've been really feeling it. I've felt those feelings that I have not felt in a very long time. And I know they're not real. I mean, I really feel that way, but I know as hard as things are right now, and things are really messed up, there's a lot of stuff going down, and it's really terrible. But I know those lies that are pulling me back are just that, they're lies. And knowing it isn't necessarily going to make it easier. No one said it was going to be easy. But the storm is going to pass. Doesn't mean everything will be right after the storm. Key is just survive the storm. Not knowing how long that storm will last. What's it going to be like at the other end? So, if you're feeling that way, and you're seeing this, hey, if I can help, comment, whatever, let's talk. Because, you know, that's another thing that really helps when you're feeling in the grip of this shit. Helping other people. That'll do you good. Do you a world of good. So, talk to somebody. Go talk to the bag.